Welcome to Monster Monday. So I got a package from Guillermo Canales that had nine. Wait, how many movies did it have in it? 10 movies? I think it was like somewhere in that area. I opened it up on the channel maybe 5, 6 videos ago. So if you want to watch that, you can. And one of the films in there was Isolation. One of the comments that was left was by Guillermo himself, asking me to please review this for a Monster Monday. So I owed him that much at least. If you do not have a copy of this, I did see that it was streaming on Tubi when I was looking at it. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere else, but it's definitely streaming there. And this is yet another time that I can say Tubi might be the most underappreciated horror channel or horror streaming platform there is. I mean, I honestly think it might be the best place to watch horror online. It's incredible. It's now, yes, you have to sit through some ads, and the ads kind of fluctuate depending on maybe the popularity of the film. So if it's kind of like lesser known, you seem to get less ads because I guess they don't think many people are watching it, or maybe ad companies don't want to promote on it. I don't know. But I've definitely noticed, like, I've watched a movie on there where I got one ad and the whole rest of the film played totally fine. Like nothing. Nice. And they're all really high quality, and it's free. 100% free. There's no way to pay for it at all. So TubiTV.com. I blow it on here enough, along with Shudder. Those are my two go-tos. Everyone has Netflix, everyone has Amazon, everyone has those things. But Tubi, I feel like, is still kind of lesser. So if you're like really into like lesser known slashers of the 80s, Tubi is by far and away the best place to go for those. By far and away. More than Shudder, Netflix, forget it. Amazon, doesn't matter. Tubi's amazing. I mean, just go look at their lineup. It really is remarkable. Anyways, I saw it was on there, and I don't think I've said anything positive about Tubi in a while. I just wanted to, because I've went to Tubi a lot lately, just watching things on VHS and it not working or something's happened. So then I go look up, like, where the hell can I watch this? And Tubi is almost always the answer. So Tubi or not Tubi?
Tubi.
Tubi. Anyways. All right, so Isolation. What got me intrigued about this movie was Essie Davis from The Babadook. And well, obviously we're going to be talking about spoilers here, so if you haven't seen it, I think it's a pretty good, like, Thing ripoff. Like, it wants to kind of be the Thing.
Yeah, I definitely got that feeling too.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not a knock. I mean, there's definitely tons of, you could say every zombie movie since Night of the Living Dead's a Night of the Living Dead ripoff.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can't really go down that road. We just don't get enough of these. Now, okay, in saying that, there's things about it that feel like the Thing. Of course, the quote-unquote isolation, that's a big part. Some of them wanting to quarantine themselves because they don't want this getting into the populace. Oh no, we need to turn that off. Turn it off quick. We have the fan on. No, is that the one? I thought it was this one over here. That does it too?
Yeah.
Okay. The fan is going to kill our audio, but that's all right. Moving on. So we got the isolation. We got everyone, some of the people wanting to quarantine themselves permanently, like we can't leave here. And also the creature, when it is in its, real form here, which is all it looks like in this movie. So it's the Thing without the replicating anything part.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't switch or morph into a human. Doesn't morph into a Siberian Husky.
No.
It just it is what it is in this movie. But it has a Thing feel to it for sure.
Definitely.
So now, what did you think of the film?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty creepy. I was very sad about the cows.
Yeah.
That was kind of my main takeaway, was that I just was, and that's kind of, I feel like a lot of monster movies, like I end up feeling more, and I didn't feel bad for the monster necessarily in this, but bad for the cows that were having to, deal with it, because it's like they didn't choose to have that happen to them.
Sure.
And yeah, I think that's a bummer, to say the least.
I would say, yeah. I mean, I'd say the same of the monsters. Like, they're not asking to be created, right? It's like the Adonis Rex or whatever. You haven't seen Jurassic World?
No.
No? Anyway, any monster that's created against its will, I mean, I don't think anything asks to be created. So if you make something to be a predator, and then it's a predator,
right,
it's not its fault.
Yeah.
Right? It's just being a predator. It's like a tiger being a tiger, or a lion being a lion. It's not purposely attacking gazelle or zebra, right? That's what it's programmed to do, so to speak.
I guess there's just a difference, though, between like something that is a predator and is kind of designed to be unfeeling and like a killing machine versus a monster that's kind of pushed to that point. I tend to empathize a little bit more with the monsters that maybe could have been something else but end up being killing machines
because they're
by
rejected.
Circumstance and by rejection, versus something that's just kind of from the get-go, like is gonna be evil, has always been evil, will always be evil. But I don't know, it's hard because it's like you said, they didn't choose that.
No.
So
yeah, I don't know. So we get in this movie a cow who's been impregnated by this research facility, who's trying to speed up the growth and the viability and the fertility of cows, so that they can make more meat, so they can make more cows, right? For more milk, for more whatever. And in doing so, screwing with nature, nature screws back. And, so this little calf is born, and then after it's dead, they take that calf and they find out that calf was pregnant inside the womb already. So it's really sped the process up here. But when they go and, do the autopsy and cut those things up, those things are... Because the cow that comes out is slightly deformed. Right? It has these, like, teeth things inside of itself. Like, it's partly one of these little creatures.
Well, and it has like enlarged organs.
Sure.
But then it has like 50 baby things inside of it.
I think it was 6. I think she's
but
exaggerating a little bit on 50.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
And those were fully deformed and like mutated.
And one of them becomes like full size, the size of a bug, a beetle.
Yeah.
Like a Volkswagen bug in like an hour.
It's crazy.
So like, was that fully grown?
No, would it just keep
or would
growing?
It just keep going? Would it be like the size of a fucking building?
Sort of feels like how a cancer cell would just kind of keep mutating, right? So maybe it would keep getting bigger.
Never stops growing until it's dead.
Just planet size.
Yeah. Give it a week.
Oh my god.
It's just like just stuck in the planet.
It was that scene in particular too. The autopsy of the baby cow was really. It looked great. It was really gross and really graphic, and I was really grossed out by it, honestly. Like there was a lot of scenes in this that I was just like, and I love gore. And it's not that I didn't like it, but it's just normally I can watch gore and I don't feel like a super visceral reaction. But with this movie, I did.
The FX in this movie are phenomenal, fantastic. I think that they're, to my memory, I don't remember seeing any CGI in this. I remember everything being practical. And if that's the case, especially with the big creature and all the little ones and all that, fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, all of it really is amazing. And even if it was some CG, I couldn't tell.
No, neither could I.
But there's definitely a good amount of things. Guy gets like all his skin taken off one of his fingers here, and it looks 100% real.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely real. And then there's, kind of the downer of the film, mostly because it puts you down, is the bolt gun. which is of course the roughest scene in the movie. And she like looked over at me with like tears in her eyes and was like, "I don't like this. I don't like this."
No. Well, it was heartbreaking because it's like the baby comes out. And also, I have to say, I did not know that they actually pulled cow babies out of the mama cow with like a
Winch.
yeah, whatever that was. That was really wild to see. I don't know if that's actually I thought it was real. I didn't look it up, but like tie a rope,
sense.
yeah, to the baby cow's legs to pull him out. Anyway, so that was weird and cool, but it's just very heartbreaking to see. I mean, the mom is literally like right there in the pen next to them, and she knows what's happening, and it's just very clear that there's.
Well, yeah, she does like a freaking front flip.
Yeah, she tries to
Kinda
stop
trying
it.
to save her baby.
Then, oh my god, it was.
Just like when the baby gets like grazed.
Oh.
And it's screaming out and blood is everywhere and the mom's coming out. It's a rough scene, man. It's definitely a rough scene. It reminds me of The Fly 2 dog scene. Like it's so rough to watch. It's heartbreaking for sure because neither of them asked for this. Neither of them, they're just living. That's literally their crime here. And when I saw them, checking on the baby when she puts her arm down this cow's ass. Well, I would assume, yeah. Because, okay, I know that when they do the artificial insemination, that they stick the arm up the ass, and then they have to put it in it to work. I don't know why, because I saw that on Jackass, of all things. It was Johnny Knoxville in there with his hand up a fucking cow's ass all the way up to his elbow. Or, well, his shoulder, I guess. It was pretty fucking far in there. I remember seeing that in the show and just like, Jesus, this is what they do all the time. But she was like feeling for the baby and the baby bit her. So there's no way that her arm was up the ass. It had to be up to the vagina.
Yeah, no, she was feeling for the baby.
Yeah.
It was.
But you have to put in the ass for the insemination, I think. Yeah, because he pulls his arm out and there's poop all over it.
Are you sure that they didn't just have him put it up the ass?
No.
In Jackass?
No.
That was a real.
No, it was definitely up the ass for a reason.
I don't know. I don't
you.
understand why that would be what you did for artificial insemination, but maybe somebody who knows more about cows can tell us.
Yeah. Well, another thing that I've
that.
seen actually before as well that you were like, is this a real thing? Is when the baby's dead and he spins the thing around.
Oh my god. I
thought he was just mad, like, he died, oh no! I'm gonna go for distance.
And that was one of those things we were talking about, which is like, who was the first person that was like, this is how you're...
Probably used him in the Olympic Games. And then it like came to life. And like, what the no!
I don't know.
That was right. Yeah.
It's crazy, but yeah, that was another wild scene. So there's a lot of
I don't. It'd be way funnier if we started doing that to people.
Well, yeah, and then I asked you if that's what if they did that to babies?
Yeah.
Like the doctors just swinging the baby.
I think I mean. Cows are probably a little more sturdy than babies.
Yeah.
And if you accidentally let one go...
The reason I don't understand...
You're not going to lose your license.
The reason I don't understand is that, like, in the wild... I don't know. I mean, like, with wild...
Yeah, cows don't pick them up and...
Yeah. That's what I'm...
They just die.
Okay.
Without human intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Humans have that ability. So, Essie Davis is not in this almost... at all. She's in it very, very little.
Yeah, you were like,
I shouldn't say at all. I'll say, I should have said Essie Davis at the end of this movie, or at the beginning of this movie, for sure. I'll say cumulatively, she's in this for 7 to 10 minutes. I'm going to go in that
15.
area. If you count her dead body, maybe.
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
It's her likeness.
Yeah. It's probably her. But, yeah, Essie Davis. I see no Davis. That's what it should have said. Wow. But then we had all the Predator writing on the screen that she claimed was Braille. But then we find out
it's
that it's what?
The cells.
The cells, yes. The cells. So when he looks through the microscope, he sees the cells and it looks like the writing on the screen in the beginning. And I thought it was just like Predator language. And I was like, is a Predator going to show up? They're going to pull a Predator out of the cow?
I mean...
And it's going to have a little laser on its shoulder. Arnold's gonna bust through the door. Except for it's gonna be him from Kindergarten Cop, not Predator.
I like that version.
Anyway. Okay, let's see. This cow's quite the trooper, let me tell you. Because the cow is barely moaning. And they have like a winch pulling a baby. I feel like humans are pussies.
Yeah.
Because this, you see in the movies, like the girls are always like, ah!
Sure, yeah.
I'm sure, trust me, I'm not saying it doesn't hurt 100%. I'm sure it's the most awful thing ever. But like the cow's like, you done back there yet? And they're like cranking this thing out. Yeah, how they would think that thing would be alive after it's been kind of trapped in there for that long.
Well, yeah, and I thought they were going to break the legs.
Happened to me when I was coming out.
You were trapped in the canal?
I was too big.
So
I was a 10.
I was pull you out
Yeah,
with a rope.
yeah. And then they slung me.
That explains so much.
Yeah. That's why I'm so smart. Yeah. So I got all the blood in my brain.
Right.
I was like, whoa!
I'm a genius.
So to speak again. But no. So yeah, I was 10.8 pounds. 10 pounds, 8 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
There's that blood to the brain. And at about 8 months. And they were like, okay, if this baby goes any longer, he's going to be 13. I think I'm like that little monster we were talking about earlier. I'm just going to keep growing until it's planet sized.
You're just a fully grown man. And they're like, what?
Just come out. Took you forever. Just standing up inside of it. Anyway.
So ridiculous.
just cut it out. But yeah,
You thought
so
the
I'm.
baby was gonna be...
Yeah. But anyway, I'm coming out. My head's out. I'm choking. I'm getting strangled by a vagina, which it is what it is. And they had to crack that shoulder for me to.
Sound effect. Wow.
Is that?
That's
That's
funny.
good.
I was super underweight, so I just like slid right out. And then they're like, oh, fuck, she's not breathing.
Got a slip and slide?
Yeah, it's just like
You're like
small.
rounding the corners as you come down.
I was
Whoa!
a little malnourished bean. And then they put me in a little box for like a month. And let me grow. I didn't get any blood to
She's
my
in a box?
brain. Yeah, it was like a
They're
little
like, put her in a
incubator.
box. If she lives, she can stay.
Schrodinger's baby.
It's like fucking 300 in this. Never probably seen 300, but watch the
I'm
opening
sure
of
I
300.
did at one
and,
point, but I don't remember.
Anyways, we don't stop. This video is gonna be 300 hours long. All right, let's see. I already talked about all that. We already talked about that. Jeez, the misfire. That was horrible. Yep. Jesus. Talked about a lot. We get the little teeth in the scan moment, which then, of course, is mirrored at the end when Ruth Nega's character is pregnant, and they're like, you have a totally healthy baby. Yeah. I want to see that doctor's credentials.
Same.
They're like, ma'am, this is a 7-Eleven.
This is 7-Eleven. This is our ultrasound for...
Somebody said there's a
Cars?
joke like that around right now, right? This is a Wendy's. You know what it is?
I don't know.
It's like from like Family Guy or something. Like they go up and they're like saying all this stuff.
And they're like, name this is a Wendy's.
Yeah.
I like it.
Ah, what is that? Somebody just said it to me. I've heard it a bunch, and I did see it originally, but I can't remember what it's from. It's a Family Guy episode, I think, or I think it's something like that. Maybe it's a fucking movie. I don't know.
So do you
Moving
think
on.
she should have killed herself or like stayed at the farm instead of going
Maybe
out?
she did. Maybe she drowned herself on purpose. What's that, Blake? Essie Davis's character?
No.
Or Ruth Negga?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think she knows enough about it, right? She's not a fucking doctor or scientist, right?
Well, she saw kind of like everything that happened, and she was present when people
But she
were
was like, I gotta get out of here. She's like, right on.
That's what she sounded
That's
like.
what it sounds like.
Okay. feel like this is one of those situations where you would you really probably
Why
should.
are you looking at my notes? What are you trying to read?
I wasn't trying to read anything. Calm down. It's not class.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I think this is one of those
I
situations.
said a bunch of shit about you in here.
Oh.
I also watch and review you while all the movies go. I'm like, what the fuck?
Watch and review.
Yeah.
But okay, so if you had something in you that was going to potentially infect the rest of the human race, and kill you or make your baby like a monster freak
Yeah.
that will kill other people, do you think that it is a
Moral obligation.
obligation? Yeah, to
It is
yourself.
a moral imperative. Real genius. We watched it together. Yeah. Anyways.
really
It's easier said than done. This is something that I've talked about on the channel a lot. A lot of people are always like, "Oh, they just killed themselves." Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Real easy. You fucking kill yourself. I said that really somebody's gonna clip this out
Yeah.
and just put it in a video. That's all it's gonna be. No context.
Kill
2
yourself.
seconds long, and I'm just like, kill yourself. Cancel Sinister Cinema reviews.
Oh, no.
I can't believe I haven't been at this point.
Yeah.
Some of the shit I said. I got called ignorant today because I made comments about black people, in my video. At all. In general. Just you can't talk about them at all, I guess. You can't mention anything. People just gotta be people. And that's it. I don't even know. I didn't watch the video, but it must have been, he's like, you pretend, you act like you know things about black culture and this and that. You're so ignorant. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever made any claims in my videos that I know black culture. That's not something I would say.
No.
That is not happening.
Yeah. Well,
So, I watched a little bit of the video because I didn't have the full context of it yet at that point. The whole black thing. He just said you're ignorant, and I made a pithy retort, and I was like, and then of course he had to respond back, which I usually don't get a response, but he did, and then he was trying to kind of be dickish, but also really nice at this. It was really weird, but it was essentially that. I was like, no, this did not happen. What did I say? Anyways,
yeah, I don't know. The online.
but it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
It always comes down to that moment in the film of oh, this person should just kill themselves, and it's let's see you kill yourself.
Well, sure. Yeah, but in a hypothetical situation.
I think she just thinks they were infected. I'm not. Right? They were bit. She has this. It's like a zombie, right? It's she thinks it's like a zombie bite. You're bit. That's what happens to her boyfriend, Sean Harris, and. Another thing, okay, I legit went to Wikipedia right before we started this, and I read this insanely long plot synopsis, which on Wikipedia, if you've ever went there for a plot synopsis, it tells you everything about the film from beginning to end. It isn't just there's a cow and it's swung over a head, and that's the movie. No, it gives you every fucking detail. And I went there specifically because I was like, what are they on the run from?
Yeah, we couldn't figure that out. I thought that there was a line.
There's a brother. I think it's because they're an interracial couple. That's all I got.
Maybe.
I don't know anything about black culture though, so let's not get crazy in the comments.
Well, okay, whether or
I
not
don't know
it's
if black
because-
people date or not. I don't know. I don't know anything about black people. They're a conundrum to me.
Whatever the reason is, I thought that there was something with a forbidden romance type of thing that her brothers were gonna, because that's what she says is her brothers are gonna come get him. But I don't
It
know.
has to be an
I
interracial
thought that they were criminals in the beginning.
I did too,
100% was oh, they did something and we'll find out. But then
No.
I don't think that ever kind of came back to it. They were sort of just on the run and living in
No,
their van.
because okay, here's another thing, and I can only assume because the cops show up.
Yes.
And he's like, we gotta hide.
Right.
And this night you're like, oh, so they're criminals.
Yeah.
But nothing ever comes of that, and she only talks about her family. So maybe her family has money.
Or maybe her family.
I don't know though. I don't know if
police.
black people have money or not. I don't know anything.
Her family obviously are cops.
Something like that. It has to be. We couldn't figure that
I don't
part
know.
out though.
Yeah.
But that's because we don't know black culture.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any blood in my brain, so you have too much.
I'll spin you around. I have too much. Too much blood somewhere else. All right, so oh yeah, I came up with an alternate title.
The thing about cows.
The thing about cows.
The thing about cows.
The thing.
Comma about cows. I like that title.
The thing amongst cows?
No, I like the thing about cows.
I actually had to write that down during this.
That's a good title. I like that.
It's like a little better than Isolation. Sounds like a fucking comedy for cows. Like a romantic comedy.
Yeah, but that's why I like it. It's like...
But then you get into it,
unassuming. You're like...
There's like a fucking cow like a baby cow taking a bolt gun to the head. You're like, what is this?
You're like, this isn't I Got Mail.
We're real goofy.
Yeah, this is a really chaotic review.
This is a normal review for me. You're just here for one of them. I'm just having fun because whatever.
It's whatever.
The thing under the floorboards moves wild. That's a note.
It's a good note.
It's a note. It did move really wildly under there. Not sure why I wrote it like that. But I do like... Okay, I will say this. After having watched recently The Trip, and one of my negatives for the film is that, you know, when you have an attacker on the ground, kill the fucking thing. You know, kill the person, kill whoever. Kill the monster. And in this, Ruth Negga's character very much does that. Once she gets an upper hand on this monster, she beats this fucking thing to a pulp with a lead pipe, much like Tommy Doyle at the end of Halloween 6, the theatrical cut. I mean, she beats this thing fucking to death. Like, squished. Done. Squished that little bug. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a surprise for me that Essie Davis just turned up dead. Definitely thought we were going to see her again.
I did too.
And I think it's a good movie. I like it. I think that it's definitely overlooked, and I've never heard anyone talk about it. And trust me, Guillermo knows. If I don't like his fucking movies that he sent me, I'm shitting on him the entire time. I do not play the whole like, oh, he sent this for me, I better give a good review. No. No. We don't play that game. You want me to review a movie, you better be ready for what I have to say about it. But I do like this one. I think it's good. I think it's it kind of fits in that thing category. And, you know, I was going to say it's kind of like Frankenstein without the personality, too. Like this creature that's created just because they can. You know, the Ian Malcolm line, you know, from Jurassic Park. But yeah, I think it's good. I think there's some really rough parts for people who are animal lovers, for sure.
Definitely.
I definitely would have liked the whole couple staying on the property to be fleshed out more. Like he's having sex with her and he's not feeling well, and then that's how we find out he's infected and all that. So like everything with the monster stuff, which is what we're focusing on here, but is done well and it's fine. And I feel like all of that is completely well-rounded and fully explored. Like we get all the details. I'm not confused about anything with the monster stuff, with the, you know, the company that hired them to do it and her motivations versus his and all that. But the couple in the trailer is just kind of like randomly inserted to be there
Extra
to kind of
bodies.
help and to add an extra kill.
Yeah.
And then to add the big, you know, reveal at the end that she's pregnant with some demon spawn.
And yeah, I definitely feel like that could have just been done with like
Ranch hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
why was
like
there so much
there's
water?
A daughter and then,
Why was there so much water on the property?
I don't know. We were.
And then who thought to take a try? Like they were going to try to flush that thing out of the water that bit him by driving a tractor around in there, and it was like you didn't think it was going to short out. Like you didn't think.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what's going to happen. You have it up to the fucking What are you doing? You had to take a tractor into the water that deep. He's probably like, whoa, it's way deeper than I thought. It's like, dude, it's like a fucking ocean. Like, what is that?
Ocean. I don't know. I don't know why there was so much
Should have been a
water.
storm.
Right.
Happening during the movie. And they were just surrounded by water and it's hard to get out of there. Mm-hmm. Like, that would have been cool. Mm-hmm. And they had that much water, so they could have just used it. Mm-hmm. You know?
Well, there's like that one scene where there's just like the lone last cow is like standing in a barn area. And
For some reason, I just saw him like just standing on like a cape flying. Like, I don't know the way you said that.
And there was just like so much water, and you were just like sick conditions, like
sick living conditions. It was seriously up to the like here.
It was weird. I don't know.
Okay, cows don't stand up.
Ireland,
so like if I went down like this and my head was up like up to here on the cow, cows aren't like this.
No,
they're like this. They're like, so when I did this,
yeah, you were like...
I got like a little. Never mind.
Kill yourself.
She did that one. Edit that one out.
I totally lost where I was going.
We're done.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
You should check it out if you like The Thing. And
you can't still be
interested
here.
in cows.
You can't still be here.
You can.
Okay, people
We're
have.
entertaining.
Never mind. I guarantee you there's people here. But yeah, kill yourself. All right, we're done.
Bye.
Bye.